In this video, we're going to create the guide plate drawing shown here. So you can see we're adding a couple of circles. We're also going to bring in the concept of center marks, and the center marks are these little marks located in the center of the circles. Essentially, they're telling us where the center of the circle is, hence the term center marks. So let's just get started. I'm going to start right here in this lower corner. Actually, let's start right here in this lower corner. We're going to work our way up, so we're going to go up by 6.5 and then over by 6.5. However, before we do that, let's create some layers. So we're going to open up our layer properties. So we can click here. We can also double click on layers right here. To enter a new layer, create a new layer, we click right here on this, what looks like the stack of papers with the little sun type symbol. We're going to add two layers, and those two layers, we're going to name them objects. Objects and center. Now for the objects layer, we're going to leave the color as white, and we're going to leave the line type as continuous. For the center layer, we're going to change the color to green. Hit OK, and then we're going to change the line type. To change the line type, we click on the line type. That opens up the different line types, and it shows whatever line types we have loaded. We only have one line type loaded here, continuous. So we need to load a new line type, and we're going to search down, and under center, we have a center 2, and a center times 2. We're going to actually use the center 2, which is all the centers are long dash, short dash. Center 2 has the dashes closer together, so the long dash is a little bit shorter and the short dash is a little bit shorter. So we're going to choose center 2, click OK. After we do that, we have to actually select it. So we select center 2 and then we click OK. So once we're done with this, we can click X to close out the layers. To select a particular layer, we can click here and just choose whatever layer we want. So typically, we don't actually use layer 0, but we typically draw in the objects layer. And again, we can select the layer here or up here. Doesn't matter which one that we use. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into Format, and we're going to go into Units, and under Precision, if we go back and take just a quick look at our drawing, we can see that actually our precision here is only 1 decimal place. So we can actually change the precision in our drawing to simply 1 decimal place. Now, typically you can set up the precision at the point where you start a drawing. Often it's not done until dimensioning starts. And you also sometimes actually change precision because different dimensions may have different precisions. So you may go back and forth between different precisions. Okay, so again, let's start the drawing. Another quick look here. We're going to go up by 6.5 and then over by 6.5. So we're going to choose a line, and we get a tracking line. We go up by 6.5 and then over by 6.5. Go back, take another look at our drawing. Okay, so here we see we have a diagonal here, And we know that in the x dimension we're going to go, if this is 6.5, the total length is 8. So we're going to go over by 1.5. And then in the y dimension, we're going to go down by 1 because this is 5.5 and we previously went up by 6.5. So the relative coordinate will be 1.5, 1. Let me confirm that. Sorry. 1.5, because 1.5 in the x, comma, minus 1. We come back here, we type at 1.5, comma, minus 1. We're then going to go down by 3, and then take a jog in and a jog down. Those two jogs are 2.5. So we go down by 3, over by 2.5, down by 2.5, and then we should be able to just make a vertical line to complete our outside drawing. Now, just a reminder, you should have auto snap on right here, this F11, so that you see your tracking lines. If you don't have that on, when you go to draw a line, actually pull tracking on with the auto snap. The snap will actually allow you to snap to a point, and then the polar tracking will allow you to see the various tracking lines. You can see here we're tracking only orthogonally. And even though, the reason for that is even though this is set for 45, 90, 135, 180, if we go into our tracking settings, and this is sometimes forgotten, if we go into our tracking settings, even though we have a tracking setting set here, this additional setting allows us to only track orthogonally. So turning this on or off will allow us to either have tracking at only horizontal or vertical angles, or the angle that we specify here. Okay, so this part is done the outside. We now need to place these circles. So we have this circle that's located 2.5 in the x and 3 in the y, and this symbol is diameter symbol. The diameter is 2.5. So 2.5 in the x, 3 in the y. So we can choose this circle here, which automatically defaults to radius, and then we can change it to diameter. I actually like to choose this circle because this circle we can choose as diameter, and then it stays as diameter. So if I choose this circle diameter, I then need to choose snap from, because we don't know the exact coordinate. We only know that it's going to be relative to this location. So I choose my circle, I then click on snap from, I click on this base point, and then I have to give the coordinate. Taking a quick look again, 2.5 in the x, 3 in the y. So that coordinate is at 2.5, comma, 3. And then I can type my diameter, which is 2.5. I go back to my drawing. I see that this circle is 5 in the x and 1.5 in the y, and it has a diameter of 1.5. So I come back to my drawing. Again, I click my circle diameter. I click my, I don't click my base point. I click my circle diameter. I click snap from. Then I click my base point. Now I type at 5, comma 1, not 1.5, minus 1.5, right? Because the y dimension is negative. I hit enter. Now I click my circle diameter, 1.5, and I hit enter. If by mistake you choose the wrong circle diameter, if you choose enter the radius as the, put a diameter number in the radius, your circle is too large, you can click on the circle, right click on your mouse, go to quick properties, and you can actually change it directly in quick properties. And close this here. Finally, we need to put our center marks in. So to put our center marks in, we go into the center layer. The center mark location is here. We click on the outside of the circle, and that gives us the center mark. If, excuse me, to do a second circle, we have to go back and click on center mark. If by chance you don't get this small mark, but you actually get a center line that goes out beyond the circle, then you have to go into Format, Dimension Style, choose Modify. Under Symbols and Arrows, here under Center Mark, you have to change from mark to line. And if you look over here, as I change it, here is mark, and then if I change it to line, you can see what the effect is. So this is the line, this is the mark. For this particular drawing, we want the mark, so we'll leave it as the mark. This only affects new circles, circle marks, center marks. It doesn't affect existing ones. So if I needed to make a new one with a center line, I could change this to center line, and any new ones that I made would be at center line. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit close. I can go ahead and save this. File save as. And we're going to go into documents. And we're going to call this guide plate. Save. And that's the end of this video.